Ladies and gentlemen, if you are here, we are here with Joe Anidjar, and this is a little bit on him at the Freedom Convoy 2022. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Well, you better, because here it comes.
Unreal.
Let's go! Vaccine loving up your ass. You can take your vaccine mandate. You can take your vaccine mandate. Take your vaccine mandate up your ass. Yeah. Let's go! Freedom! This is a revolution. All right, revolution's going down this weekend, guys. Where's my makeup? Let's go! Woo! Big change. That's the way it is. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same.
This is in our hotel.
All right, we haven't properly introduced you, Joe, but how about you give us a play-by-play, man? What's going on?
Buddy, it's been a journey, my friend. It's been a journey. I just want to thank you for having me on too, brother. It's always great to chat about these memories, and these are memories that will live on forever. And I'm just psyched to kind of relive it all. As much as it's not, we can't replicate it, but it's always nice to look back and see what we all went through during those times.
Brother, I'll tell you, it is really, really great to talk with you. I mean, we've seen each other face to face in the real life here just recently. We had some very stimulating discussions down at Queen's Park here on the weekend. Can you tell me a little bit about just your background in the freedom fight? I mean, how did you come to this thing, man? I mean, what's your deal?
Well, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a father of two. So when early on when the mandates came out, they implemented mandates in children's sports. So that's what I'm a big hockey dad. I love sports, and both my boys have played hockey their whole entire life. So this kind of, it affected them and many other Canadians across this country. So I felt it in my, it was my duty to kind of, be a little bit louder about what was going on. So what I did was I started a group called Youth Sports Freedom Fighters, and I grew out that group on Facebook to about 10,000 people, in about 3 months. And with the censorship lords, they came down on me. They disabled my group, and that was pretty disheartening. So I came back with a website so people could kind of look at information and just keep up to date with events and things like that, things that I was doing. And I'm sure you remember, you were there. Me and Jody Ledgerwood and a few other great warriors in this country, we started a thing for the kids that we just were going to let the kids play hockey in the streets of Toronto. We called it Shinny Night in Canada. We did it twice, and it was such a tremendous event. I mean, just to see the kids' faces playing hockey right downtown Toronto, right in front of the Scotiabank Arena. I mean, it was unbelievable. We had doctors and musicians and just great people around us. It was I felt good about what I was doing.
Brother. So it sounds like your family motivated you. You're obviously what some would refer to as a patriot. How do you feel about the country of Canada? How do you feel about the state of affairs? And how the hell did we get here, buddy?
Well, not to take anything away from our veterans. I mean, we throw around the word patriot quite a bit out here. But, I feel I'm the guy that, I'm pulling my weight out here. I'm doing what I need to do. I was born here. I was brought up here. My kids were brought up here. So it's my duty to do what I've been doing for the last 4 years. It's up to me to inspire and bring people together so that we can face this dead on. And that's what I'm trying to do. I mean, maybe you want to call me a patriot because I love my country and I will pretty much die on a hill for it. But I mean, not to take anything away from our veterans who fought for our freedoms originally. You know what I mean?
For real, brother. You know, we think we're in a fight now. You know, the thing about Canada, and I think it's both a blessing and a curse. We've had it so damn good. We have never really had to truly fight. I'm not going to talk for every individual in Canada because many of us have had to go through many kinds of fights. But as a country, we have not been in massive conflict. We have not had to deal with massive starvation or any of these other issues that many other countries have.
Right.
So you know, we're kind of new at this, you know.
We are pretty new at this, and predominantly Canadians are pretty docile, chill, friendly, loving. You know, that's who we are. And when
gotta let you know.
when a catastrophe like what happened back in 2022 happened, or earlier than that, you know, it stumped a lot of people. People had no idea what to do or how to maneuver, and you know, it was guys like, you know, me and you and many others across this country who really played a huge role in waking up this country, and you know, I'm pretty proud of that.
Well, you should be.
Yeah,
now, there's not anybody that would call you a softie at this.
No.
You know, I want to go back to this clip that we were playing just as we started here to kind of give a little bit more of a feel of who you are and what you're about. Because, man, you got a spirit, and we share a lot in common, but we also share differences of opinion, and maybe we'll kind of get to that a little bit later as we go. Yeah. All right, brother. Give me a second. I'm going to press the right buttons. I'm going to go Shazam, Shazing, and hopefully we're going to get you right back to where we were when we were just talking about what it was like for you when you first came into Ottawa for the Truckers Convoy, that Freedom Convoy. 2022. Here we go. We're going to see the infinite screen of death thing, and then here we go.
Yeah, I mean, how can you put this into words? I mean, we walked up Rideau Street. We were staying at the Days Inn. Me, Jay Caps, Bradley, Jay, Cassius, Julius. We all went down together, and when I walked down Rideau Street and I saw that many people of all different kinds, different races, different religions, all coming together, like I've never seen unity like that in my life. Like it was overwhelming. Even to this day, I don't think there's a day that goes by that I don't think about what happened in Ottawa, and a lot of people who were not there. You know, you've heard it. They like to chime in on the convoy, but no one, if you were not there, you have no idea what the vibe was, what it meant to be around these people. Like when you left there, you left with thousands of brothers and sisters, and it was the most strong feeling of unity I've ever felt.
You know, it's true, and it kind of came out of nowhere because it wasn't like we all got on the phone with one another and said, okay, we'll all be there. Everybody just headed there independently.
It was organic. And I remember the day before I left Ottawa, we were at the Keele and 401 overpass. And that was the start. That was when you start to feel like something different was happening in this country. Something really serious, something magical was happening. And you've seen the trucks coming through, honking, and all the people on the overpasses. I mean, I got goosebumps right now even thinking about it, because it meant so much to a lot of people, right? Like we were locked in our homes for how long? Like people lost their jobs, people lost their livelihoods, people lost so much. And to have something like this happen and to bring people together and just to enjoy each other again, there was nothing better outside of having my kids. I had to throw that in there, bro.
Well, hey, man, I get it. We've all got our motivations, right? And I don't think there's too many of us that go out and do this just because we like the cold and we like the ostracism of others.
No, that's definitely not what we like. That's for sure.
there's something else driving us, and I hope that as we go through this series, people will start to kind of get a feel for what that might be, because you're definitely a shining example, brother.
You know what, man? I learned from the best. My man, Captain Bubbles over here. He set the trend for people to be brave and be able to speak up. I remember back even in 2021, you were rolling around in that bubble bus doing your thing and bringing awareness. So I salute you as well, my friend. You've been a beam of light in this movement, and you've always stayed neutral, which I respect, and I hold you in high regard, my friend.
Well, thank you very much. I do believe in journalistic integrity. I believe that the truth matters. I believe At the end of the day, it'll be the only thing left standing. And if at least I stand on the side of the truth, I can't go too far wrong. And I love all the different types, man. I just don't think that there's one right way of doing it. I think that we need all of us, right?
Like, you see me here running up to this guy. I have no idea who this man is, but it's about respect, and the fact that he made his way and he wasn't gonna waver. He was standing his ground. You got to respect that. And I swear I talked to hundreds of truckers throughout my time there, and real warriors. We're talking real men, real women who were ready to do whatever it took to get something done here.
Oh boy, this just does not get old for me. I got to tell you,
buddy.
The idea, even when we got together here on the weekend at the Queen's Park there, it reminded me that I had a trespassing from 2 years previous that I didn't know.
I didn't even know that.
No, well, the bubble bus has got in trouble previously. I don't always keep track of all of these things, so if there's so much better things to focus on.
Oh, for sure.
Like, how do we take this spirit that we experienced there and like do it again, man? I mean, everybody's asking the same question.
Well, the one thing people need to understand and come to realize is that we aren't going to replicate what we see here on the screen. That's not going to ever happen again. That doesn't mean we don't have what it takes to do something different, to take a different approach, to really show the world again who we really are. Because I think from the convoy, and I think we lost a lot of momentum. I think we lost our way a little bit, and there's a lot of.
You're talking about come after the convoy right now? Is that what
I'm talking about after the convoy, and things were all great for a while, but we lost our way. We lost our momentum. We lost our sights on what we're trying to do here. We could say that there's a lot of infighting, a lot of things here and there, and I don't want to go into the negativity part of it, but it is there, and it's more prevalent than I've ever noticed in my last 4 years of doing this. So that's probably the first thing we need to address in this movement is that, hey, look, it's not like we haven't come together before. We know how to do it. So why don't we just all come together, put our egos aside, and all come together for the common goal? And Jim, I think we talked about this at Queen's Park. I could stand shoulder to shoulder with someone who maybe I disagree with or I dislike. As long as we're both fighting for the same goal, at the end of the day, you got to trust somebody. You can't just say, oh, he disagrees with me, I'm never standing with this person. No, we have a bigger goal at hand here. We have a country that has fallen so flat on its face, and it's up to people like us to raise it back to its greatness. And I don't post on IG or Facebook for clout or for views. I post to get people riled up. I like lighting that fire under people's asses. Yes, I'm abrupt. Yes, I'm forward. Yes, I speak my truth and I don't waver from it. We need more people with that mentality to come out and really stand forward. It's that time. Look around the world. These people around the world are making us look like softer than Downy dryer sheets. I mean, you got France, you got Netherlands, the Dutch farmers. They're throwing hay and shit in a McDonald's. I mean, not saying that's the right, but it's you know, it's the cojones is what we're lacking right now. And I think we have what it takes to do it again in a larger, much more direct approach. And I think there's many of us who are just ready to go, like ready to go. So.
You know, I can't say I didn't hatch a plan when we were meeting on the weekend. This is the best thing about being face to face. You come up with things come through your face that you didn't never really plan because you're meeting with others and ideas come bouncing around. Wouldn't it be cool if we had a convoy, but like a multi-voy, like a whole bunch of mini voys going to a whole bunch of, say, distinct places on specific times, at specific days and such. I mean, let's not. We're not planning anything here.
We are not organizing nothing here. Nothing here.
We're just talking about possibilities.
So
that somebody might come up with at some point in time and do something with.
So here, like, I mean, I've thought of different ways we can approach this, and you got to understand, Canada's a large mass. It's so hard to bring the entire country together. So with that said, at the end of the day, we got to think of a way of how we can include everyone, how we can put pressure on them, how we can do it in unity and peace, and how we can make an impact. Like, I think personally, if we change our approach and we come to a big city, okay? We come to a big city where there's more important buildings, the media is there, the optics are so great, right? And there's protection, there's underground. And if you look across the world, all the major protests are in the major cities. Yes, Ottawa is our capital. God bless him. But at the end of the day, we go to Ottawa again, we are sitting ducks. Yeah. We're not going to stand there and yell at politicians. They don't get to, you know what I mean? They don't care, guys.
Honestly, we probably wouldn't get in the city because now they've got all their contingency plans and stuff.
They're ready for us.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean about being that sitting duck. We don't want to be like that. We want to be able to overwhelm them, you know? And I think if we did the different location, like I mentioned, but also have convoys traveling to every major city in Canada. So from Vancouver to St. John's, make it happen. You all organize in your provinces and you make it happen so that every major city is feeling pressure and everyone can have that feeling of being involved.
Wow, you know, that if that happened, if somebody did that, I think I'd probably have to report on it for sure. And I think that sounds like some fun. You know?
It sounds like almost our only option, unless we're going to get the West to travel down here again, which is time consuming. We don't want to bring people away from their families or their jobs. You know, we can accommodate everyone. And think about the optics of being across Canada in every major city, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Montreal, Quebec City, even Ottawa, Toronto, all the way across. Imagine the magic that would bring to this country, and it would bring everyone together.
Yeah. I just want to talk about the thing you mentioned a term there called optics. Optics is very, very important to the other side. Okay. Massive. I don't care if I look like a buffoon because whatever, I'm just me. On the other side, it's very important that they look the right way. So when we start thinking the way the others think, then we can think of creative ways to combat that in intelligent fashions. That's really smart, brother.
Hey, I mean, I put enough effort and thought into how we could come back stronger. I've talked a bit about it on IG and on TikTok. You know, at this point, I don't care. I'm going to say what I want. I'm not hiding. I'm going to tell you what I want to do. I mean, obviously, it's on every platform now. But at the end of the day, I'm serious about taking back our country. People need to get serious. I mean, 4 years now, guys, and we're still out here performing speeches. I mean, we got to stop preaching to the choir. As much as that's great, and I appreciate everyone who does it, there's a time and a place where things need to get a little bit more serious, and we need to approach it all business.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few echo that sentiment, saying that we don't need more parties. I mean, we saw it was, and we will feature that on the thing because it was part of what happened. But
the thing that kind of struck that for me is I saw, like, and you know what, people can celebrate what they want. They want to celebrate in Ottawa on February, whatever date it is. God bless you. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe. Be cool. But let me ask you guys all this question. I mentioned this earlier in another video. What are we celebrating?
I don't know. I don't know
if I want to celebrate getting my ass handed to me and thrown in a paddy wagon. I don't want to celebrate people getting charged and trampled on by horses. I don't want to be celebrating any of that, because at the end of the day, we had the ability to stand our ground and stay there, and we didn't. We did not.
I'll weigh in on that. I mean, you say that we had the ability to stay there. I don't know what that looks like, because I would suggest that we had no organization. We had no comms. Okay, so this is when we talk about the authorities on the other side. They're doing the bidding and the will of politicians that don't have necessarily the people's interests at heart. It comes down to the fact that they've got more money, they've got more comms, they've got better ways to communicate with each other, they've got better organizational skills, they listen to orders better, right?
Yep.
So it's very difficult to combat that with that. Although it is lessons that can be learned for sure. And I'm not into combat here, folks.
And that's fine. I mean, I just think, like, maybe I'm taking a book out of Europe's playbook a little bit too much. Like, they're different types of people. And it kind of gets me itching when I see them uniting the way they are right now, and how forceful they are. And they're really showing everyone around the world how badly they want their freedom in their country, and how badly they want peace within their country. And maybe they're going overboard, but they're doing what needs to be done. And that's the point. There comes a point where you got to do what needs to be done. We all have families. We all have jobs. We all have things that we need to protect. If at the end of the day, freedom has never been won by hugs and kisses. And that's just where I'm at with this. Maybe a little bit more on the maybe just exhausted side of things. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to get things done here, man.
Well, man, I'll tell you what. I think that there's a lot of room for discussion and all of that. I think that we can be quite creative when we get together and we want the same thing. If we know that we're on the same page, we want the same thing, we can get damn creative as a species. And I would believe getting a handful of us in a room, or at least a couple of handfuls of us in a room, to just have some centralized discussion would be really cool. I don't know. I think it'd be cool.
That's when there's the way I look at things as like a hockey team. When you have all the players pulling the same way, you usually end up leading to success. So if we put our egos aside, we all come together, a group of people who are willing to put their face and, names on the line, come together and come up with a plan that could be, applied across Canada. I don't see the harm in that. I do not see the harm. And we need to start talking. We need to start doing these things, because I think we're a little bit behind. And the longer we wait, the worse it's going to get. It's not getting any easier, guys. It's not going to get easier. So my message is for Canadians that, this is for our children. It's for their future. It's for a better livelihood for everyone. So we all need to come together and really dig deep at this point in time. That's just my message.
So when you say dig deep, I don't want to jump to all the things that people could or could not be doing. But what does digging deep look like? Like, how do we affect change? be forceful enough to affect change without being so forceful that we are now steamrolling over others in our pursuit of trying to accomplish something.
Well, it's about numbers, right? We need numbers. That's the first thing we need. And just like in Ottawa, they overwhelmed us with their the way they applied the pressure on us, the way they kind of closed us in and boxed us into a little circle. If we changed our location and we had the amount of people that we had in Ottawa in this different location, we will be on the upper hand of things. We will have the upper hand. We will be able to overwhelm them. And that's when you get on the right path of things. That's when you get on the right path of winning. We need to overwhelm them. They were standing in front of us in Ottawa, not scared. They weren't worried. Maybe some here and there, some were cracking here and there, but a lot of them were just there and they knew they were going to close us out. They were going to push us back. And if we had the people in another city, like the big city I'm mentioning, it will be game over.
All right. Well, I would suggest that as much as one city it may work in, it could work in any number of cities. And it does require that the citizens dig deep, as you mentioned, and don't mind confronting these ugly things in front of us, i.e. that there are authorities that would try to push us away from that which is good for us.
Yeah. And I mean, we're faced with a lot more issues now than we were during COVID, to be honest with you. We're faced with a immigration and border issue. We're faced with taxes and carbon taxes, and we have places still mandating vaccines, still doing all these things. And I walk around Toronto, I still see people wearing masks like everywhere. So this hasn't gone away. Like, there's a lot that needs to be done, and there's a lot of issues that we can address that we want to do away with. Like, we got to start making some demands here, because the longer we sit back, I said it before, it's gonna accumulate the more and more issues, and then all of a sudden we're so in deep that we can't get out of this hole. We don't want that happening.
Right. Okay, I'm going to show you. So this is going to be totally, well, it'll seem totally off topic, but it happened this morning 2 years ago. And I didn't really know what to make of it. And I don't even know if you know about it, but I'm going to play it now. And you tell me what you make of this, okay?
Okay, folks, so we're at ground below zero. The police liaison have just stepped up, and they're now sitting with the chief. And they're having a little discussion. We're going to let you see. I have an opinion, but I won't share it just yet.
So this is down at Confederation Park, and it was like a ceremony between the chief of sorts. I don't even know the designations. I don't know any of the things with the police liaisons here. And I won't bore you with all the details, but I just didn't really know. I didn't know what to make of it. I didn't know if you.
What was the purpose of this?
Well, I guess that the Klan people were trying to. Well, one of the stories from the Klan mothers was that they were to bring in a woman who was going to deliver a baby on this particular land, and that baby be free of all constitutional jurisdiction, because this particular piece of land, Confederation Park here, is of a particular nation that is not Ottawa necessarily. Okay, so I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but that was the overview of the thing. So what they're trying to do is the Klan people are trying to keep peace with the cops and stuff so that they can put up their teepees, because there's like 5 teepees on site, and there's spots all in the see in the snow in the back there where the teepees can go up. So the teepees were there, they were ready to bring in Klan people, and like that was the vibe that was being set down at Confederation Park where we were. This is outside of downtown. We were also here.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of this going on, but it's pretty interesting, to be honest with you.
Oh, no shit. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll have to get into that a little bit more as things go on. I'm not gonna hold on. I'll bring in something else from down at Confederation Park, because this is a thing that people don't really they didn't really see. There was multi-pronged things going on.
Well, I remember during the convoy, you were definitely covering a lot of ground, my friend. I remember the lives. You were everywhere. So kudos to you for getting that and capturing
Downtown Ottawa.
Look at this guy.
Well, thank you. But honestly, I was running on adrenaline, man. I was so excited. It was.
Well, I know you are. You live for this stuff, man. You live for it,
dude. Come on.
How can you not?
Like it's like a festival, but there was purpose, and the purpose was righteous. You know what I mean? It's like,
and it didn't matter that it was minus 31 out either. I mean, yeah, I've never been that cold, but I've never enjoyed it so much. You know what I mean? It was incredible, man.
Absolute truth, man. It was just and here during the day. Now I'll bring us back just a little bit. So this was on the 1st of February.
Yeah.
There was many cars and trucks down by this intersection. You remember the one where the big stage, the sound system was set up, but not the big stage?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you remember what that intersection was called?
See, that's where I kind of drew blanks. Like, the street names and whatnot. Like, I know that was around the area.
Cool.
When they did that last final push and they arrested me right in that area.
Oh, no way. Right around here. This is also where the horses went across as well. Yeah.
Well, I was kind of right in front of that when that happened. So that was traumatic for sure.
Oh, I was too. We'll have to relive that too. Maybe I'll pull that up too.
Yeah, we were pretty close by each other filming when they took that guy out of the truck in the red truck. You were like literally, I have you on video in one of the other videos on my channel. And you're standing on, I guess it's like a partition, and you're videotaping, and I'm right by the guy, right by the truck. So I have you on video in the last video. You should take a look. It's pretty awesome.
No way.
Yeah, man.
This guy here is Eric Mueller.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the load safe guy, right? That one truck that was right across that they couldn't get to move. Eric Mueller, man. He's got. I hope we can get him on. Tell his story.
His trailer's beauty.
Well, what he went through was horrendous. I mean, they put his company, like they put a bunch of people in his company out of business because it Load Safe wasn't his company. He had his own rig. He went there with his own rig.
Yeah.
And then they shut down their insurance, did all kinds of horrible things to them afterwards. Great guy though. What a spirit. So this is just during the day here on the 1st of February. They cleared out this whole spot.
Yeah.
Right down from that one intersection right up to where we're coming up to right about now. But you'll see the people never really left.
No.
People
would leave during the week. I did that a few times. Like I'd come up on the Thursday, I would stay till Monday, and then I would go back to work, come back the next week, do it all over again. And Mr. Peace Man, beauty.
Yeah, shout out to Peace Man. Dana. Dana's going to be on the show. Dana's coming. He got off all his charges just the other day.
This is an epic image right here with him standing in front of the trucks, giving the peace. Epic image. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I could just see an epic hearing aid coming, man. That guy. He was amazing, wasn't he?
A lot of phantom honking going on.
Dude, I had phantom honking in the shower last night.
Bro,
I did.
I still get it.
I was watching. Like I was watching so many of the honking videos that the shower started sounding like honking. It was cool.
The horns live within us, bro.
May the horn be with you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, boom truck Benny. Oh man, what an absolute.
Yeah, I was talking to Boom Truck Ben tonight. I think he's going to be on Sunday show.
Nice.
You got to get us all in one show, man. Seriously.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't know if it was the first week or the second week. Cassius Julius. He went up on the stage and he performed a few songs. And I mean, there was thousands of people in front of us. I mean, talk about a rush. You want to rush, stand in front of all your like-minded Canadians and just standing there, you felt it. It was something I've never really experienced before in that such a big way. It was incredible. There was Vlad there. There was me, CJ, Brad, Malia, CJ's girlfriend, and he performed a couple great songs, bangers, and then they played Jump Around at the end, and everyone just lost it. It was, buddy, like Just
I have video of that. I was just reviewing it today.
tremendous, buddy. Like
Yeah.
that. It's such a great. That was a great moment. That for sure. Oh, there's thunder.
So yeah. I didn't put her on the camera as much as probably she would have liked. But she was such a support through this whole thing for me, man.
When
I mean,
hasn't
she
she
just
been?
she ran supply lines and oh my God, what
she's
a
your
great
rock,
human.
buddy. She is your rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Shout
know
out to
it.
Thundra. Shout out to Thundra.
Shout out to
Cheers, man. Cheers.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so this is us all the way through. Now, I got throughout the day here. A lot of different shenanigans going on. Probably more on the night.
I remember by that building on the other side, we made like a little hockey game, and there was like a bunch of guys, blue collar guys working, truckers, playing with the kids. It was pretty cool, man.
No way.
Oh yeah, it was kind of like a smaller game. It was right in front of where Vlad was, right where that building is, right there.
Okay.
Right in front of it. There was a little pad, and we got some kids playing, and just playing some puck in good old Canada. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Here, well, here's some news from the day. I remember I did a little news report first thing in the morning with some of the challenges we were experiencing at the convoy on this day. So let's see what we can do with it.
Hey folks, so we are still at ground below zero. There's a few more people rolling in, and we just had a conversation with Stu. I'm excited to talk to you a little bit about what's going on. Let me just show you what the deal is here right now.
Back to Federation Park.
Okay, so there's more and more people pouring in here, but there's a reason for this particular post. We just spoke to one of the organizers, and he wants to put out the message very, very clearly that Antifa is on the ground. Now, I don't know what the hell that is, but I understand they're just disruptive elements who just want to cause trouble. They are they're showing their heads and creating.
I'm interested in what you think of this Antifa thing as well, dude. I need your input on that.
I mean, they're a funny group. I mean, at the end of the day, they're shit disturbers. They're out there to cause problems. They're out there to instigate. I mean, I've had my fair share of run-ins with Antifa and people who support them, especially here in Toronto. They get pretty hectic. But I mean, they're the opposition. They're the ones trying to get under our skin. They're the ones trying to make us slip. And we did a great job of not allowing that to happen.
I'm a
for a tour just downtown.
You did an amazing job. Okay,
we
what?
were solid. I mean, they were probably getting frustrated with us that they couldn't get anyone off their rocker. I mean, I remember when that guy that they planted there with the Nazi flag or he was walking through, and while he was walking through the crowd, everyone was just like, "Get out of here! We know you're a plant and this and that." And the guy, like he had that mask on, but you could tell he was just like dying inside. You know what I mean? Like you got thousands of people telling you to get out of the crowd, but maybe these people don't have that that feeling that we have. Maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah, we were just reviewing footage from the anti-protester protest thing yesterday.
Yeah. And
it was just this weird, cold zombie vibe. I don't even know how to express it.
They're so weird, man. Like I don't know.
Downtown.
The way I look at it, they're harmless. A lot of them. So I just don't give them the time of day, and usually that pisses them off a little bit more than actually giving them the attention, right?
Absolutely, man. I basically where our attention goes, our energy flows, or something like that, right?
Got it.
And I want good things to happen. So if we want good things to happen, we have to start focusing on that which we want, and as opposed to what we don't want. I would suggest for sure.
Absolutely.
All right. So tell me, you went. How long did you actually spend at the convoy? When did you find out about it? How long did you actually spend there?
So I went 3 weekends, Thursday to Monday or Sunday. So, and I took the third week off because I had work things I needed to take care of. So I came back the next week to find that final week, the dark week, and then I was there for another. So in total, I would probably say I was there from like 15 days, 16 days in total throughout the convoy. So I had, my hand all over that place.
So were you working at the time? Did you have to take time away from work?
Well,
Are you independently
I
wealthy?
had to take, originally I was fired from my job. I got a new job, which kind of hurt the fact that I couldn't stay the amount of time. I had to go back and work to keep my job. But at the end of the day, the moment I was able to come back to Ottawa, I was in a car, getting a hotel, and we were there for another 4 days. So in total, I would say about 15 days throughout the entire time. Yeah, man.
Wow, dude. And you went with a group of people. It looked like you had yourself some fun for sure.
When don't I have fun, Jim? You know, buddy, I always have fun.
We weren't talking about the serious side of things, and I think that I think it's worth getting into. I think we should actually kind of talk a little bit about some of the serious things that are happening. As far as, let's put it this way, what would you suggest the best investment of our time is right now if we want the best for the country? How should we be spending our time?
Well, I'll tell you what I've done. I still do my posts and try to bring awareness, but I've tried to put my energy where it's needed. I don't argue as much online with people who have an opposing opinion. I don't get into it. I don't ruin my mental state for others. I know where I stand. I know who I am. I know what I've done over the last 4 years has been the right thing. So I've stopped that, and it's actually helped a lot. I mean, you see a lot of people arguing back and forth about stupid things online. I personally, I like to roll solo. I roll solo. I do my own thing. I don't get involved with organizations. I don't get involved with group chats and start chatting. I kind of keep to myself and keep that energy for when really shit hits the fan. That's kind of where I'm at right now. But at the end of the day, what Canadians should be focusing
do you consider
on.
yourself?
Go ahead.
Do you consider yourself a prepper?
No.
Like, are you
No.
No, are you a prepper? Do you consider yourself a conspiracy theorist?
I'm like dead smack in the middle. I don't go down rabbit holes and waste time, finding these deep dark secrets. I deal with the things that affect me directly. Those are the issues that I take care of, and then whatever comes after that, I'll deal with. I'm more of a fly by the seat kind of guy. You know what I mean? I'm not a prepper. I just deal with it when it comes to me.
Right. So this whole thing, did it catch you by surprise?
It didn't. It didn't. I mean, before all this, I'll be honest, I didn't pay much mind to politics. I wasn't really, into it. I didn't really watch world news. I didn't really I'm a hockey guy. I watch hockey. I slam beers, and and then this came around, and now it's taken all my energy. It's taken all my attention. It's because I know if I stop doing what I'm doing now, it's I can't stop. I can't stop. Even my wife sometimes she'll go, Joe, you maybe take it easy, and then I try, and then it never works out. So I know this is my purpose, doing what I'm doing. It's ruffled a few feathers. I've lost relationships. I've lost opportunities. I've lost, good relationships with my family and things like that. So, at the end of the day, you're going to lose some and win some, but you attract who is supposed to be around you by being true to yourself. And I've noticed that huge. Like the people that I have around me right now are the people that they're my focus. They're my priority. And you got to remember, family first. That's what it's all about. And, if that's not at the top of your priority list, then you got to do some soul searching.
Dude, you exude someone who comes from the center of themselves in a very strong and positive fashion. And I find it to be quite attractive. I have to
I
tell you.
appreciate that, Jim. I mean, at the end of the day, like I'm more solid as a man now than I was 4 years ago. I've grown a lot. I've learned a lot. I've lots of ups and downs, you know, throughout this journey. But it's not done. And you know, talking about celebrations, we'll celebrate when Justin Trudeau resigns, when his Liberal caucus is gone, when we stop having WEF policies in our government. That's when we can celebrate.
Absolutely, brother. Here, I'm going to jump to a clip at nighttime that we took when we went up to the memorial. You'll remember the memorial had all kinds of stuff going on with it.
Yeah.
This was one rainy night. Oh, I think it was tonight, I'm guessing, that the memorial was being guarded by a bunch of the guys and vets down there.
What a beauty statue.
The army.
There we go.
And came here till Sunday, and then I had to go back to do a couple things and then go back again.
All right.
Wait.
Oh, this is Sparky.
Oh,
This is
Cool. Well,
this is his dog.
hey, so what?
He's got
Why do you come down, man? Like,
traumatic syndrome. And that's
what do you think this is? Like,
I'm trying to make it out. Who is this guy here?
Can't hear it too good.
okay.
No, who is this guy?
This guy is he's a vet. Okay,
Okay.
he used to run with the air squadron. He's got his dog Sparky there. That is his PST dog.
Yeah.
And we're also with Dan, another vet, and a couple others. So I'm not sure how the audio. We're gonna rip through here and see if we can catch a piece where we can hear what they're saying.
The memorial of the unknown soldier.
Yeah.
I understand there was a little bit of talk about defacing of it or something.
Was that they didn't put the fences up yet, right?
No, I think this is before. Because I got other footage of them going to take the fence. Well,
Yeah, like
I've been telling me that they
Jake
took the
Spinney
fences down.
was, you know, Jake Spinney was getting all the fences removed. I remember that. That was unreal.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were pretty pissed that they put the fences up in the first place. They never should have.
100%. They had no right to do that.
Yeah.
What a picture.
These two guys have seen combat and lost friends and stuff, man.
Solid, man. Nice. You know,
I saw nothing but great respect shown anywhere around here for the entirety of the time.
Well, it kind of makes me think, like, back in the day during World War I and II, right? You had 18-year-olds walking the war. You look at us now, what are 18-year-olds doing? They're on TikTok doing dances, bro. It's,
Oh wow!
you know, it's a big difference.
I think I saw on your
You hear the honking in the
one of your
background?
profiles there that what is it? Strong. What is it? Strong men make weak men.
Weak men create hard times. Strong men create good times, or something like that. It's a great quote because it's very true. I mean, if you look at our people in power right now, Trudeau, Joe Biden, the dementia patient. You know, you got Macron in France. You got that guy in the UK. These guys are all WEF puppets. They're very feminine, very, you know, like that's not what a leader is. You know, I've taken Raph for being a Trump guy, but he's the brass balls, buddy. He's the brass balls. And we need someone like that who is not scared and who is not able to be bought out. That's who we need in power. When we get that, then we'll be on the right path in this country.
When we have people in power, they're not in love with power, we're going to do all right.
That's it. That's the secret.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. And I really think that the public servants are aptly named. I just wish they'd live up to their name. Just serve publicly, you know?
And to be honest with you, I think the government should be smaller. What's the point of having so many, you know, people involved in our government? I mean, at the end of the day, there's no need for, they spend money like no one's business, and it could be used for maybe the veterans that are alone on the streets.
And
People
we
who
should
are,
also,
what's that?
sorry, brother. Go ahead. I didn't mean to.
No, I was just saying, like, just the distribution of money in this country. Like, we send billions of dollars overseas for a war that's not even ours. We just spend money like it's going out of style for things that we don't necessarily need. Meanwhile, we have veterans who are on the street suffering, who don't get accommodations, who don't get any help. We have people, we have guys, doing drugs in the street, for free now. You go to Vancouver, look at that place is the next San Francisco, but it's a disaster here.
You're not police.
Dude, did you know that there was some randoms like horsing down the street in Ottawa?
No,
Look.
I didn't know that, but that's amazing.
On the trucks.
Look at that.
Wow, amazing. Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you.
Rangers.
Yeah, they came down on their horses.
Hey, look at that. It's not only the
Also found some footage today of a couple of horses coming into Confederation Park with some wagons behind them. And the idea was that we couldn't get the vehicles in and out to bring in the fuel. So they brought in the horses with the wagons to put the jerry cans on so we could fill up all the trucks.
Could have been a car. No, that looks more like cars.
That was my favorite area of the convoy.
This was your favorite area?
I just loved it. I don't know why. It was just happening all the time, like pumping. Like, it was great. I think, yes.
Okay,
right
where
there,
are we?
right in front of Boom Truck Ben. Like, that was the best.
Oh yeah, man. It was the epicenter. It was like the main corners. Yeah. We're live from the shed, put up their thing and all that.
Right, exactly. I haven't seen him. How's he been doing?
I have not talked to Dave. He had some problems. You know how it happens when you do something and it gets some attention, you're going to have the haters. Well, the haters came down on him real hard, and he decided to kind of retreat for a while. Haven't talked to him for a bit, and if he never comes back, I wish him the best in the world.
I hope he's doing well. He was a big piece of what happened there. So, it's unfortunate that we're starting to see people kind of going against each other now, and one day you're standing shoulder to shoulder, and the next day, you hear something and it changes your perception of that person. It's just, people need to relax. Seriously, like,
I'm really glad you brought that up. I'm going through that thing right now, or I have gone through that thing a bunch of times.
Oh yeah.
And I think that it's not really actually that hard to sort. You got to realize that division is the enemy, and it takes different disguises, and it sometimes comes through friends, and it sometimes comes through family, and it sometimes comes through, your dog. Okay. But the division is the problem. And it's when we identify that, we can steer away from that particular problem. And then when there are people proposing solutions and saying, this is what we can do about it. Hey, why don't you come on over here and let's talk about it. Let's see. That's when, that's the answer. That's the unification requires effort. It's not just speech,
It just goes back to what I said to you earlier about, you could stand shoulder to shoulder with someone you disagree with or dislike for that one common goal. You do that, we finish what we need to do, we finish what we started, you go on with your life. At least we got what we needed to get done.
At the beginning of this thing, you started getting me all uppity and I forgot what I was going to say, but now I remembered again. Let me tell you something, who's on the same team. If you got less than $100 million, you're on our team.
Boom.
You're on our team.
Yeah.
Now, you might not be. I'm not saying all of you are. But look, the financial systems are going to be collapsing. They're going to have 100% control over you, your kids, your grandkids, and everything you ever do, think, feel, spend, anything. It is the end game in play, I would suggest, as I see it rolling out. I don't know what the time frames are, but we together as individuals, as people, hardworking, blue collar, white collar, folks that are willing to work for a living, we got to come together, man.
We need the farmers. We need the truckers. We need the blue collar workers. We need the Canadian patriots. We need everyone to come together at this point in time and really shake the world again. We have it in us. We just need to get it done. And we don't want to slip into that dark hole where it's going to be hard to dig our way out of it. We should act now. We don't want to regret not doing something right now. That's just my opinion. I think a lot of people share that sentiment, and I just don't want to be in that situation where we're looking back and we had the opportunity and we you know, we missed out on it. We can't have that. You know, I have too much pride in this country. I want my children to grow up in a Canada just like I did, and I think they deserve that. And I think everyone who has a family can you know, appreciate that. So that's what I mean about digging deep. There's the bigger picture here, guys, and that's what we all have to come together, you know, for here.
Brother, I think you are an incredible example of somebody who actually gets things done. How can we, if you required some kind of assistance, if there's something that you needed to help you, your cause, the country, what would be the ask? I know that you wouldn't be one to ask, but I'm going to ask you, if you had an ask, what that might look like.
Contacts to the right people to make this happen, because I feel we're all in a situation, we're in a loop. We go to rallies, we talk about it, we go to rallies, we talk about it, but nothing ever comes out of it. If I have the connections to the right people, the farmers, the truckers, start having these conversations, start making things happen, and you know, I don't want to say it's do or die, guys, but it's headed that way. And you know, I don't mind steering the ship. I know there's people behind me. I know, you know, like I want someone to step up, and I don't mind doing it. But if I had the contacts to the right people, I'd spearhead this. And I will say, Harvey, I know you're saying in the chat, Toronto, we talked about this earlier, buddy. I'm doing everything in my power to make that happen. Let's just do it, guys. Let's just do it.
Buddy. Yeah, we're doing some things. It's great to have you on the show. Now I'm gonna zip back here one more time to the video that we started off with here tonight. It is an incredible times from the past that shows me a bit of your personality, man. Your personality is very hard to hide. You know that?
Buddy, I wear my heart on my sleeve, if you didn't notice.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I gotta say. It's almost the primary thing that I appreciate about freedom fighters is they tend to be real. They tend to be just themselves, you know, as opposed to
there's no room for bullshit, Jimmy.
Yeah, brother. And I don't know, man. I love down to earth, regular folk, because together there's nothing that we can't accomplish, man. All right. So, buddy, it's been a blast having you.
Absolutely, Jim.
How about you leave the folks with how they might be able to get a hold of you, how they can find you? I know. Make sure that you give us all your handles.
Yeah, so you guys can find me on Instagram and TikTok at PuckDaddy93. That's PuckDaddy 93. My YouTube channel as well as PuckDaddy93, where you can kind of see my journey throughout the convoy. There's 3 videos there you could take a look at. But you know, I'm pretty heavy on IG and TikTok. So if you want to chat, if you want to get in touch with me, feel free. And yeah, let's make this happen, Canada. It really comes down to us, and we have it in us. So you know, let's get her done.
Yeah, man, you are the right stuff. You're made of the right stuff. I feel so damn thankful that that we're in this together, buddy. We're actually in it together. You know that, right?
Buddy, I'll stand shoulder to shoulder with you any day, bro. You know that.
I love you, man. Thank you so much. We're going to send people off with Peaceman here. He's an upcoming guest. Joe, you rock it, buddy.
Peace, man. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me on. And Yeah, everybody, show some love to Church of Bubbles. He is an absolute beauty. See you guys later.
Yeah, buddy. So, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our show pretty much for tonight. I'm not going to say for tonight. We're going to put the volume up on this. We're going to let it run for another, we got another few minutes, you know. We're going to see what's going on. I'm going to play some of the comments that I couldn't get to. So, show me some consideration.
Oh, they got the stage to move, you see? They've opened up the
Love you guys.
street.
Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. No, not tomorrow night. No, don't come tomorrow night.
They
Tomorrow
moved the
night's Church of Bubbles.
stage.
Sorry, tomorrow night's Church of Bubbles. Don't come tomorrow night, okay? It's the next night. And the next night will be Jody Ledgerwood on Saturday night. And then on Sunday night, it's going to be Colin Big Bear. And then on Monday is going to be Truck Yeah Frank Peters.
Woo.
We have all the coolest people, and we want you here. Okay? See you, folks.
To get through it, here's the big stage that has the crane on it. Used to go across the road and now is off to one side of the road. So there you go.
Going to break up the algorithm here. Can't have them thinking I'm doing any kind of copyright bad things. Wow.
It's unforgivable. A story where your soul is that one demon they will go after me. Destroy everything. They bring down angels like you.
Enough is enough, Trudeau! Come on up the stage, it's over!
The hall of the mountain. Every kind of girl.
Hold on, I know her. Let's go make our way. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. How you doing? Good to see you too. Fucking life's man. Yeah, buddy. Life's good, huh? Yeah. Life's good. How you doing? Good to see you. Say something real quick. What's about to happen?
And in the meantime, I'm gonna say a few words.
We're gonna film you. Do you think it'd be okay if we film from on top of the stage? Probably not. Okay, I'll step down. Yeah, we just got.
Oh, well, denied, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We will see you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. No, we won't. Not tomorrow night. Please don't come tomorrow night. Sunday. And then Monday, and then Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All the way through to the 20th of February. Thank you for joining us. Share this out. Like the thing. Engage with the video. Do something to get it some traction if you like it so that we can keep bringing you more stuff. Don't get paid for it, but, man, sometimes hanging out with you guys is just enough, you know? See you tomorrow. No, we won't. Yeah, we will. No, we won't. Church of Bubbles tomorrow, but it's back to this on Saturday and Sunday. That is the 3rd of February is when we resume at 7 p.m. And you will be speaking with Jody Ledgerwood. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.